Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It is time to do our sinking funds update, or rather our sinking funds closeout for the month of June, so we can see where we stand, what we spent and what we saved, so that we can prepare for July. Okay guys, let's start off by jumping into my personal binder so we can see where we are. Let me move some of this stuff out the way. Okay. So in dates, we have 5 and 10. We started with 50. So that is a negative difference of 40. Family time, we have 10. That is a negative of $21. I apologize, there may be some weird cuts from me coughing or clearing my throat. I'm sure you do not want to hear that on camera. Okay, hair care, we have 1 and 2. So that is a negative of 14. Kindness projects, we have 5, 10. So that is a negative of 9. Massages, we have 5, 6, 7, and $8. So that is a negative of 10. Planning, we only have 5 and 10. So that is a negative of 20. In toiletries, we started the month with 101. We now have 50, 70, 90, 95, 100, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 104. So that is a positive of $3. I think I'm going to count all the binders and then I'm going to calculate at the end. Wellness, we started with 60, so we have 20, 40, 60, and 65. So that's a positive of $5. And then a rollover, I still didn't figure out where that 5 went. Okay, so that's it for our personal. Let's go to, okay, so I know our overflow, everyone is 0. I don't even need to look. So this is a negative of 20, a negative of 15. Groceries is a negative of 45. Home is a negative of 15. Fuel is a negative of 50. And miscellaneous is a negative of 10. Okay, so back side we have our high priority. So let's go to that one. So in car upkeep we have 50, 100, 120, and 130. So that is a positive of 35. Dental has 20, 40, 50, and 55. So that's a positive of 20. Gifts started with 60, we now only have 20. So that's a negative of 40. home deductible has 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, and 235. So that is a positive of $40. Med deductible has 100, 120, 130, and 135. So that is a positive of 25. Medical has 50, 100, 120, and 140. So that's a positive of 25. Self-care still has 55. So it's no difference. Short pay has 1, 2, and 3. So that's a negative of 20. Oh, y'all, I forgot to mention these sheets are from the Traditional Dollar. They are her sinking funds update, I do believe, trackers. I really like them, and you can print them off in like the A5 size or 7x9 size or the letter size. Wardrobe has 10 in cash and a $50 gift card, so we have 60, and that is a negative of, let's see if I can do math, 160. Bank buffer only has 5, so that's a negative of $17. Okay, so we are done with our high priority, and let's switch our sheet, and we have holiday. So in our holiday binder, we have in anniversary, we have 10, 15, 16, and 17. So no change. And my birthday, we still have $5. And Valentine's Day, we have 5 and 10. Of course, Cinco de Mayo is empty. Mother's Day is empty. Juneteenth is now empty, so it ends in 0. We started with 30, so that is a negative of 30. We don't have Halloween on here, so we need to add that. And it started with 0, and it has 5. So that is a positive of 5. Thanksgiving, 20, 30, and 35. That's a positive of 10. And Black Friday, we have 20, 30, 35, 36, and 37. That's such an odd number. It's a positive of 10. In Christmas, we have 50, 70, 90, and 95. So that's a positive of 20. And then in New Year's Eve, we still have 20, 30, and 31. So that is no change. Okay, so we are done with our holiday binder. Our next one, let's flip this over, is our low priority. And I filled this sheet out before I switched. I think I took annual pay and I put it in here. Yes. So let me count this real quick. So annual pay has 1, 2, 3, 350, 370, 390, 395, 96, and 397. So that is a positive of $80. Okay, so now let me set this to the side. Bring my low priority back. Okay, so most of these only have $1. So Amazon has 1. So that is a negative of 11. I think most of these will be negative. Bulk shopping only has 1. So that's a negative of 17. Electronics, it only has 1. So that's a negative of 5. Entertainment also has 1. So it is a negative of $15. Road trip, actually, road trip has $2. So it's a negative of 25. And then seasons has 1 and 2. So that is a negative of $13. And then splurge has 1 and 2. So that is a negative of $6. Then card tags has 20, 25, and 30. It is a positive of $10. And then property tax has 20, 25, and 30. That is a positive of 10. And then school has 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85. So it's 185. So that is a positive of $110. Okay, so that is it for our low priority. And then our next one is our long term, which the white binder. Okay, so we've already done the annual pay. Moving forward, it will be in the long term section. Car insurance has 500 in the bank, it's a placeholder, 50, 70, 80. So that is a positive of, I want to say 122, 132. And then therapy has 100 in the bank, 150, 170, 190, 200. So that is a positive of 26. Vision has 20, 40, and 60. Well, that was crazy. That's a positive of 10. Then emergency fund, we have 20 and 40. So that is a positive of 15. Fed tax has 20 and 40. That's a positive of 10. Land has 20, 40, 60, 65, and 70. So that's also a positive of 10. Month ahead, which is not on here, has 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Hoping to add to this very, very soon. New car has 20, 40, and 60. So that is a positive of 10. And then investments is empty. Adding to this very soon. So this is 0, so no change. Okay, so then our last one is our home binder. Okay, so appliances, we have 20, 40, and 50. It's a positive of 5. Decor has 20, 30, and 35. That's a positive of 5. Furniture is 20, 40, 60, 65, and 70. So that is a positive of 15. Gardening has 20. So that's a positive of 20. Home projects has 20 and 40. That is a positive of 25. Home upkeep has 50, 60, and 65. So that is a positive of $40. Pest control has 50, 70, 75, and 80. So that's a positive of 10. Stock up has 5 and 10. So that's a negative of 45. Yes. I don't know why I had to think about that for a while. And then yard work has 20 and 25. So that is a negative of 40. Okay, so we have counted everything in our envelope, so let's start at the beginning, let's do some calculations. So in our personal binder, I do better on this side. Okay, so in our personal binder, we ended with $219, and that is a difference of $106. And if we want to make sure, if we take 106 plus 325, nope, that is wrong. 219 plus 106 gives us 325. Okay, so then this binder down here, our ending is 0 in our overflow. So that means this should be 155. And it is. So we are negative 155, and we are negative there. Okay, so our balance in our high priority is $838. So that is a difference of, let's see, let's add all the positive. 35, 20, 40, 25. Okay, so then I subtract the negative 40 minus 20 minus 160 minus 17. So that is a negative of $92. And if I take 838 plus 92, gives me 930, which is what I started with. Okay, so our holiday binder, $235. So if we add the positive first, so we are positive 15, which makes sense. 220 plus 15 gives us 235. Okay, so in our low priority, we are at 652. So let's add all the positive first. And let's subtract the negative. 11, 17, 5, 15, 25, 13, 6. So we are positive 118. So we take 118 plus 534, gives us $652. Okay, in our last section, or our last page rather, so our long term, we ended with $1,050. So $213 positive. So if I take 213 plus 837, gives me $1,050. Okay, so now for our last section, our home binder. We ended the month with $395. So now subtract the negative. Okay, so we are positive $35. So if I take 35 plus the beginning balance of 360, gives us 395. Now I want to get our grand total. So if I take our ending balances, in personal was 219, plus our ending balance in high priority at 838. Our ending balance for holiday is 235. Our ending balance for low priority is 652, plus 395 for home, plus 1,050 for long term. So our ending balance grand total for June is $3,389. And if you can see, I still am at more than what I started with. So if I take 3361, so I increased my sinking funds by $28, even though I did do a lot of spending in the month of June. So I'm still happy because it's a positive. Even if it was a negative grand total than what I started with, that means I had the money to cover, or whatever I spent. So there's that. So we are going into the month of July with $3,389 in our sinking funds. And that is all that I have for today's video. I hope that you stayed and watched the end. If you like, and leave me a comment down below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. It costs you nothing to subscribe. So again, I thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Until then, bye.